Hello, 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 hello. You guys, I had to come home and relax, Charlie. I have been going since I left the house early this morning for church. Praise ye the Lord. I had a great time at church this morning. Pastor preached about releasing strongholds. This was part 2 of a series that he's doing. And oh my God, my pastor's doing an awesome job on teaching the word, honey. I enjoyed service this morning. Went to a Black History program after service for 3 o'clock. My little grandbaby participated in the Black History program at his daycare/school. And it was beautiful. Enjoyed all the kids and took lots of videos. Y'all won't get to see them here because y'all don't know how to act with other people's children. So they'll be over there on the Facebook, which is privatized. And I just really have enjoyed today. So I came home, refreshed a little bit, finished taking notes on Belle Collective because I was not through this morning, but was able to finish up in a hurry. I did it fast too. So, Chad, these notes may be here, there, and everywhere. If they are, please forgive me. Hey, Symmetry, thanks for joining the live. That's me, AD. Thanks for coming on in here. Pretty Riri speaks. I enjoy when the ladies come in. Oh my goodness. When I tell you today was service was awesome. I wish I could just share with y'all something that happened in service this morning. Let me see if somebody's uploaded because somebody always be recording something at church. Janice may have posted something. Let me see. Because, baby, we had us a good time at church today. And I really, when I say enjoyed it, enjoyed service. Oh, don't look, I'm gonna can't even find her name today. My luck. But they normally someone records, and I know that the person who normally records was in children's church today. So I don't think she recorded anything. But child, when I tell you the power of God fell down on the service today, oh my goodness. Yes, ma'am, it did. Child, I am not fine. There we go. I found it. Let me see if I can pull it up. I don't know if she got the beginning or just the end part. Janice be singing sometimes, so I don't know if we're gonna be able to listen. I don't know if we're gonna be able to listen to Janice all the way, but I'll just give y'all a sample. Met us in the sanctuary this morning. Oh, yes, he did. Oh, yes, he did. When I tell you he met us there, greeted us there, and poured out his spirit upon all of us this morning. Oh, what a time we had. You know, it's a good church when you can stay on that high all throughout the day and just keep rejoicing in it. And that's pretty much where I am when it comes down to morning worship this morning. Anywho, let's move on over to the Belle Collective review. This was Belle Collective review season number 5, episode number 2, called Run Belle That. Child, I don't know where they be coming up with these titles at, but if they like it, I absolutely love it. Fair use disclaimer: some material in this video uses it. Let me start over. Fair use disclaimer: some material in this video is used under U.S. copyright fair use Section 107 for purposes such as commentary, criticism, news reporting, and education. Today we're going to be just doing a little commentary and a whole lot of criticism. Hey, number one Buttercup, thanks for joining into the live. Y'all, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. We be over here talking about a plethora of things. I noticed that the streets have been, the block is hot, as they say. And child, I saw y'all over there. Y'all been fussing, fighting, and arguing for the last 2 days. I've been watching. I watched yesterday while I was painting walls, preparing a room in the house for my office. Child, I was watching y'all. Y'all was over there having a fit about somebody else's business. Baby, I think that is one of the funniest things ever in life. Child, people can say what they want to say. Say what you want to say and keep it on. Keep it moving as long as you keep it over there. Now, you swing, we're going to swing. As long as you just run your mouth, run your mouth. Now, you run your mouth too much. I told y'all end up down there at the jail cell. That's what happens when you run your mouth too much. But otherwise, girl, Sticks and stones can break your bones, but words, they just words, honey. And she behind a paywall saying, "Well, y'all leave that lady alone. Let her make her dollars and trying to make a dollar out of 15 cents, a dime, and a nickel. And y'all over there trying to stop her. Stop it. Don't be like that." Anyway, everything I'm saying today is alleged. It's all, in my opinion, is all for entertainment purposes. Every single bit of it. I don't have nothing to do with nothing going on over there. That's they problem. It ain't none of mine. All right. All right. Let's get into this review. Scene 1 opens up with Glenn, right where we left off last week. Glenn is over there reading that poem to Letitia, and she's, I guess he asked her if she, do you love me? And she was paused. Baby, I think Letitia just trying to get some camera time. I don't know, but it sounded real weird to me. Finally, she says, "I do love you, Glenn." And then Letitia goes into her confessional. She says she felt it wasn't fair to be put on the spotlight. The girl is your husband. Ooh, girl, and you've been with him, I don't know how many years, but you said since high school, so I'm sure that's been a while. You couldn't tell the man you loved him. Girl, just say I love you and close the door, whatever you want to do. Just move around. She said, especially in a room full of people who weren't checking for her, and she ain't checking for them. I don't know what that means, but that's what Letitia was down there saying, down to the Belle Collectives. She said all she wants is for them to have the same energy that they have at home when they're out in public, which I kind of understand, but that's not normally how that works, especially if you don't want people to know what's going on in your home. You need to at least put up a brave front. But child, this is what she said she wants to do. I'm all for it, girl. Y'all fake it, because it don't seem like none of this is real. All of it seems fake. She then goes to Glenn up and she says, "I just want to make sure you're okay. After you've almost publicly humiliated him, I just want to make sure." I just want to make sure you're okay, honey. And then proceeds to tell Glenn that the poem was beautiful. It was a beautiful poem. I said, "Oh, what a joke you are. Oh, what a joke Letitia Pearson is." Child, I don't know if I can take Letitia seriously, because I be listening to her and watching her, and Letitia, I don't know. She says she's giving off a certain energy all the while they have the attention. I said, no, she says, I'm giving off a certain energy. She feels that energy that she's giving off. And I said, all the while, all the ladies in the room are watching. Their eyes are on Glenn and Letitia. You see them. All the ladies are currently looking at all of them. Is they just sitting there doing whatever, playing googly eyes, talk. I don't know what they were doing. Just wasting our time on this here TV. I don't know about y'all, but this episode really felt like a filler. It didn't feel like it really had anything to give. Just being honest. And I think this is why I didn't review it. I reviewed some of it last season. I really checked out on this show. This show's just giving me the ooby jooby BBs. It just ain't working for me. She says she don't want him to think that she doesn't appreciate what he's doing, and that she does see him. I do see you, honey. As she says, I do see you. I said, please get these super weirdos off of the television. Please get them off. These people are losing their minds, and I don't think they even understand why. Glenn says in his confessional that Letitia is the queen of mixed signals, and I truly believe that, because we see her giving him a lot of, mixed signals. He said that she won't say she loves him, but she says that she has his back. If she was a traffic light, it would be a 50-car pileup right now. And I put it in my comments. Who cares? No one cares, because y'all been doing this for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seasons. If this is the 5th season, y'all been doing this at least 4 to 5. Well, I'm not gonna say they did the first season, but 2, 3, 4, 5, they've done it, all of them. They really have. Last season, they did it. The season before they did. We tired of it. Either fix it or separate, going about your way. Because y'all tripping. Y'all tripping. Now, one Buttercup says, I like the Bells. I'm just getting back into it, though. Yeah, I like the Bells. Be honest with you, it was one of my favorites, right? But it seems like this story between Glenn and Letitia is sucking all the life out of the show. And I don't want it to end up like Love and Marriage Huntsville, where the scene was pretty much based around Martell and Melanie's marriage and the drama that they went through. We have to be able to have the collective and be able to enjoy all of them without always reverting back to these two people and their drama, just consuming the show. And that's what I feel like we're getting, is their drama pretty much consuming the show. Because even with the drama with Latrice, it's all based around Letitia and Glenn's problems at home. Matt said, we see Glenn, moving around the room. He goes over and talks to Matt, and Matt says in a confessional, he said, "I want to have a one-on-one with Glenn to get a perspective on what he is going through." He said, "If I can help Glenn make better decisions, he would definitely like to do that." And what is Glenn? What I said in my notes, what is Glenn, an experiment? Because that's what it seems like. He's trying to add Glenn like he's in a child. Anyway, Letitia invites all the ladies to Friendsgiving brunch. And I said it must be burning up in there because everybody was like, they were really, really fanning. Letitia explains that every year she hosts a Friendsgiving brunch during Thanksgiving season. Marie asked Latrice in front of all the ladies if she was going to come to the brunch. And Latrice in her confessional says, excuse me, that after everything that Letitia has done to her, now she invites her to a Friendsgiving brunch. You aren't a friend. You don't even like me. Latrice calls the situation extremely fake, and I totally agree with her. I totally agree that you inviting all the girls without having a one-on-one with Latrice and trying to iron out those issues is extremely fake. And even if y'all iron out the issues, I think at this point Latrice is just over, and she's probably not going to agree to do anything. While they're doing that, Letitia's already invited all the ladies. They're all just sitting around, and Shantae walks up. Like I told you, I believe Shantae is about to be a new cast member. I don't know if she's gonna make it because Shantae gives me just some weird vibes, but I don't understand what the weird vibes are. Shantae walks up being all weird, saying, "All right, all right, all right." So the ladies say, "Okay, goodbye." I guess they thought she was leaving. And she then says, "I'm not about to go." She said, "I'm saying let's talk." And I said, "This gal right here is an issue. Not girl, this gal, G-A-L, is an issue." Shantae asked Latrice if she felt any differently about the situation between her and Letitia. And girl, here's what you do. Go have a seat. You go, here's a chair. Go sit down because you're doing too much. Child, go have a seat. I put in my notes. Girl, have a seat. Latrice tells Shantae to get out of her face. She calls her one of Letitia's minions in her confessional. And then she said she needed to ask permission to be able to talk to her. And I put, girl, okay, Latrice, then you don't went too far. You don't went too far. Why does this girl need permission to talk to you? You ain't nobody. You just like the rest of these males. Weird. Keeping up drama. And if you notice, Latrice always got an issue. Letitia always got an issue. Them two always got some type of issue, and I think all of it's weird. You said, yes, I think they need to move on from Glenn and Letitia's drama. It took up a lot of space last season and looked like it's going to take up a lot of space this season. I totally agree with that. I think that it's just all for mayhem, just to keep up some mess. And maybe they thought that may be what caused Love and Marriage Huntsville to move forward. But even if it is, we see what kind of path and trajectory it gave to them. I don't think they need to go that direction. I'm sure they don't want to go that direction. They need to move in a whole other way. Scene 2. Letitia's at a meeting for the Letitia brand. I put a waste of our time. She says this is her team. Donald Pugh, at the bottom of his name, it said executive producer. He says he's been a mentor of hers for 20 plus years, and he's helping her put together her show. And then she gives us a rundown of her team. First, it was her manager, a guy named First is her manager, right? And then let me see what Symmetry says before I move on. You say the Latrice drama and whoever she's beefing with takes up the rest of the space. Oh my God, number one, Buttercup. Definitely that. You got the marriage between Letitia and Glenn. They take a part of, and the rest of it goes over to Latrice. You are spot on with that one. Symmetry. They've been taking up unnecessary space in season 1. Definitely. And I don't understand why. I don't understand why they think that it's necessary to keep giving us this drama. Letitia says this guy named First is her manager, Ashley Montgomery, who is her assistant manager, and Tony Harper, who is her personal assistant. And she says now that she has the pilot shot, the one that she did with Letitia Scott from Love and Marriage Huntsville, she said now that pilot has been shot, now she is able to get together, get a focus group, see what they need to fix, replace, or whatever with the focus, by getting some feedback from the focus group. And then I guess she could pitch the show to a marketing or someone to see if they could get it out there for the world to see. Anyway, Shantae comes in as they're wrapping up the meeting, and Letitia dismisses everybody but Shantae, and she tells her, "Come on in, have a seat." So when Lashante sits down, she tells her that she was wrong for what she said to Latrice, and I agree with her. That wasn't Shantae's place. Number one, if she's a friend of Letitia's, then she probably should have just stayed neutral and had not addressed it at all. I think it was wrong timing, and it was the wrong place to just go up to this girl and be like, "Okay, you feel differently about what, girl? That's not what are you talking about?" Because number one, these two are always beefing. These is either gonna be Latrice, Letitia, and Latrice that's beefing, or it's gonna be Maria and Latrice. It's gonna be one of the two that's gonna be beefing with her, baby. We already saw it. One of the reunions, they tried to fight. Yeah, they weirdos. Um, she tells Shantae, she says, you're wrong about talking to Latrice. And Letitia said, no more ambushes from anyone regarding me. And I totally agree with that. If there's something that I need to say, I'll say it up front, and I don't need you to do it. We're going over to the next scene. Latrice goes to a restaurant and meets up with friends. She says Cliff's out of the country in Colombia. And Selena joins her as well as a friend, Amanda. We saw Amanda last season. She's the one who said that Glenn had been texting her, I believe. And so Amanda's a pretty short lady. Latrice says she's a mother. She's an entrepreneur. She named off all of her accolades. They asked Selena in the confessional if she would be okay with her man going alone to Colombia. And she said no, she wouldn't be unless she was going with him. Amanda said that is why you have to let that man cheat in peace, girl. And Latrice, baby, when she heard that, she picks up the phone and calls Cliff immediately. Cliff answers on the first ring, and she called him to prove to them that, Cliff was not cheating. But yeah, we don't know what Cliff is at Columbia doing. All we know is Cliff ain't with you. We know Cliff is a little sneaky and we can't nobody understand him. But you, girl, they have to use subtitles because we don't know what Cliff talking about. Anywho, moving on. Latrice says that she can always find another Cliff, but Cliff could never find another Latrice child. I bet he could. But what you putting down, I'm sure you can find somebody that may not be exactly you, but could probably be a little bit of an equivalent. They asked Selena about her birthday, and she said that she was nervous about it because she has a lot of friends who don't get along at this time. Selena said that her color theme is all black. The only person with any color on will be her. Selena gives a rundown of the guest list for her party. And Latrice starts running her mouth, saying that Letitia will have gotten with Ashley and they will have it all planned out what they're going to do. We already know that I feel like Latrice was only saying that because Amanda was there. I may be wrong, but I feel like that's the reason why she was, Latrice is always flipping off at them. But I believe that was the biggest reason why she said that because her friend Amanda was there. Latrice tells the ladies that Letitia has been calling her ex-employees to get information about Latrice. And that's her, here we go with some more BS. For some reason, every time Latrice gives us information or there's something going on, it always have to include something around her business. Like, oh, they were trying to, the hair situation. And then someone tried to manipulate something with a business. It's always something around there. I don't know how much of this is true, how much of it is fake, but here's what I do know, that it is super weird. It is weird. You said Letitia and Latrice have been caught up in a frenemy cycle since season one, definitely. But you know what? I thought season one was actually more of Marie, but I will say this. I remember when they did the brunch and Letitia kind of embraced Latrice and was, trying to talk to her. I always felt like that was kind of weird and odd because I felt like Letitia was more on Marie's side than Latrice's side, and that she felt like Latrice was wrong. Both want to be boss hog. Exactly. And Latrice feels like she's in charge of the girls. Hey, living for me. Thanks for joining. That's okay. I'm just glad you're here. Let me say this. If it ain't been said, I'm sick of Glendale. Me too. I'm sick of Glendale and I'm sick of Letitia and Latrice. I'm sick of all them three. Those three in that order. Sick of all of them. Where was I at? Latrice says that Letitia is really dirty and that she's reached out to several of her employees, but then starts talking about Josh. So is there several employees or is it just Josh? Which one is it, girl? I don't know, but I think it's kind of weird. Letitia allegedly reached out to, we know that Josh is messy. We know Josh likes to talk. We know Josh likes to keep things going. Latrice said image is everything to her, and she has worked hard for her name, and she feels as though Letitia is trying to down her name. Latrice said she is opting out of Friendsgiving, and Selena asked her about being a bigger person. Latrice said she has been the bigger person. Child, let the girl stay at home. She don't need to come out there and bother with none of these people. Pre-Riri Speak says none of their relationships make sense to me neither. I'm with you on that. And I think if they don't get that together, it's going to be the end of the show. It seems like they just threw something at the wall and decided to film because they don't have any, no one's going at a complete angle. Latrice has a storyline. She has the beauty supply store or in the hair, and then she has the taste bar. Cliff living upstairs. I don't know where Cliff living at. Upstairs at the house, round and round, bound and bound. I don't know what's going on over there. But I do believe she has a storyline. Marie has a storyline. Selena is getting married. And then we have Letitia, who's just giving us the rundown of a whole bunch of stuff. I'm not sure what all. We know we're going to get a brunch out of her. We know that. We're going to get a brunch. But I just feel like there's no coordination here. So we're kind of bouncing all around. The Friendsgiving brunch is at night. The room and the setup is beautiful. Letitia is the brunch queen. We see them have her sitting in a queen and king's chair, and she's sitting sideways. You know, we see all the ladies arrive to the brunch. Tamara comes in with some fake flowers from Latrice to give to Letitia. And Shantae comes in, and I said, why does she look like she is always ready to pop it off when she walks in? Y'all see how she walked in that door? She walked in like, as soon as I get down here, I'm gonna set it off. And even the ladies kind of was like, what you fist do? Like they were scared of what's going on? Yeah, child. Hey, Butterfly. Thanks for joining. Number one Buttercup is speaking to Butterfly. And so Shantae apologized to Carrie because that's when she storms up, because she comes in and just beelines it to the ladies. And she goes over to Carrie and she apologizes. And Tamara gives the fake flowers to Letitia because Letitia comes over at the same time. Marie comes in fashionably late as always. Although all the ladies came there to the brunch alone, they asked Marie, why isn't Cedric there? Does that make sense? See what I'm talking about with the stuff that don't make no sense with them? It don't make no sense. Nobody has brought a man to this brunch, this ladies' brunch, but you expected Marie to come in with Cedric. But we did see Essie. We love seeing Essie. We love Essie. I believe should be a cast member. I hate the fact that she's not a cast member because Essie, I believe, has a lot to offer this show. You said no solid storylines, definitely over Glenn and Letitia. Definitely over them. Marie, and I put in the comments when they asked her about where was Cedric, although all of them that came along, I put in my comments, weirdos. They are weirdos. Marie tells the ladies that she and Cedric aren't together anymore. And they had an open discussion during brunch, and you can see them going around asking questions about different things that relate to women. So why would Cedric be there? Sure. Letitia said that this brunch makes her think about her friendships in her lifestyle. Now, but yada, yada, yada. Girl, nobody cares. Let's move it on to the next scene. Matt and Glenn meet up at the basketball court to talk, and Matt beat the brakes off of Glenn. Baby, Glenn thought he was going to win. He was talking mad cash money. And baby, Matt said, I'm going to have to beat the brakes off this boy because he talked too much. He said that in his confession. He said he was just running his mouth too much. So I had to show him he didn't know what he was talking about. Glenn said that Letitia's very busy. Then he said the intimacy is off because he thinks Letitia isn't feeling him and is feeling some type of way. So she started burning herself into her work because he felt like that she just wasn't into him. Glenn said he just wants to be happy. And then Matt responds, what is happiness? Is it really a thing in a marriage? Glenn said it feels good to be able to talk to Matt. He used to look at Cliff like that. He used to look at Cliff the same way he's looking at Matt now. But Cliff left him high and dry is what Glendale says. He looked at Latrice and Cliff like they were family. Matt asked if Glenn and Cliff could possibly move on. Could they salvage this relationship? And he said, could y'all move forward and could y'all be cool? Matt said that really he is fighting the same battle in his marriage. Is the reason why I think he was trying to relate to Glenn. But he did ask him, could he and Cliff move forward? Glenn said no, they couldn't really move forward because Latrice is like a spider. And he said she's always paying attention. And then Matt said that he was fighting the same fight as Glendale is fighting. So I don't know if him and Carrie having some issues, but that's where Matt doesn't seem like he's a man of a lot of words, but he did say, I'm fighting the same battle you're fighting. So child, look up for something to be going on with Carrie and Matt is what I think. He said, I don't believe Marie and Cedric ever really back together storyline. I think so too. I think they're probably really cool and they're friends because we saw her sitting up in the bed, but Chad, it just seemed like polar opposites. Definitely polar opposites. The last scene number 6, is the day of Selena's birthday party. The venue appears to be like a club-like setting. In the confessional, we see Latrice say that when it comes to Letitia and Shantae, they don't cross her mind ever. Yet she's in the confessional talking about them. I don't know if maybe production said, hey, go over and talk about them. I don't know. But she was definitely over there talking about them. But the fact that they may be at the party, that she was just going to pay them dust. Maria arrives after Latrice. Marie then says that she hopes everyone gets along tonight. That was all she said. I hope everybody gets along. And I believe SC, was SC with her? I believe I saw SC at the party as well. Marie tells Latrice that Letitia did not have a hand in what Shantae did. And then Tamara arrives next, and Marie tells Tamara, what she and Latrice were talking about, and that she didn't believe that Letitia had a hand in any of the stuff that Shantae was over there saying. And Latrice says she feels like Letitia is always doing something and always has her hand in something. And she responds to Marie with, that is for sure. That is for sure say, because Marie was like, oh, that's all hearsay. She said, no, that is for sure say, baby. This is for sure say, not hearsay. Latrice said that this isn't the time nor the place to bring up that Letitia has been trying to contact Latrice's ex-employees. So then we see Glenn arrive. Baby Glenn comes in alone, as well as Carrie and Matt. They come in behind Glenn. Glenn speaks to everybody, and Latrice turns her head, baby, like she don't even see him talking. She's like, that was hilarious. Latrice is a mess all by herself. Latrice said that she's paying the Pearsons dust. Letitia gets paid dust, and Glendale gets paid extra dust. Those were her words. And I thought that was funny. Glenn asked Matt, where's Cliff? They wouldn't stay down. He said, where's Cliff? And Matt responds that Cliff was out of town or out of the country. Selena arrives in a beautiful red gown. It's a little big on top. I wish it had been a little bit tighter for her, but a cute gown. She looked like Jessica Rabbit because she used the Jessica Rabbit theme. What you say, number one, Buttercup? You see, Latrice is messy mess. Oh my God. She is a mess. But baby, that was funny when she said Glendale gets paid extra dust. So I'm thinking, why do you have extra dust for Glendale and not the same? Child, that was funny to me. The group looks good in all black. When they were all sitting around, looked like a VIP section. And they all had on black. And when she came over in her red, that red just popped because of that black. I love a good color theme scheme party. I love a good party like that. Where we at? The group, Letitia arrives late. She said that she was at work and she was doing some bail bonding. Letitia said something about they're working on things and whatever. I didn't even write none of that down because I was like, okay, girl, whatever. And then Glenn tries to kiss Letitia and she moves away from her. She pushes herself back. Child, move on away from us with this because this is crazy. Letitia said they're in a hard place in their marriage. And this is just where they are. Letitia thanks Latrice for the flowers. And Latrice says, oh. And then Letitia says, they came from the Dollar Tree. Maybe Latrice said nothing after that. She turned her head a whole different direction. And then Michael comes up, gets the mic, and he begins to talk to Selena. And he said Selena was the first woman who ever took him anywhere. He said the first person to ever take me anywhere. He said, I saw the Titanic, I wasn't getting on no water. He said, but she was the first person to take me anywhere. And it seemed like he gave her a really nice speech. He gave her a Tiffany necklace looked like a toggle. And Selena announced that they're getting married on April the 24th of 2026. Selena begins to give out wedding party invitations with a little box, right? At her birthday party, and I put this is super tacky. That is super tacky. It is your birthday. Enjoy your day, because guess what? Your wedding party stuff, you might should have did that on the way out, just slide it to people. But to do that in front of everybody is tacky. It was tacky. It was tacky. I don't care what nobody say. That was tacky. Countryside and tacky. Tacky, countryside and ghetto fabulous. It was tacky. Period. I ain't changing my mind on that. Everybody, if y'all have different way of thinking, put it down in the comment section. But I ain't changing my mind. That was tacky. Selena, that was tacky. Period. You should have given your invitations out for the people that you want to be in your bridal party away from your birthday party. It was too many people at your party to be doing that. It looked like it was staged, it was set up, and it was ghetto. Super tacky. Anywho, Letitia says she wasn't expecting a box from Selena. This is what Letitia Pearson says. I wasn't expecting a box from Selena. But why'd you mention it, girl? Sounds like, and she said she's known her the longest. Out of all the ladies in the collective, she's known Selena the longest. But you wasn't expecting a box. Girl, I think you was expecting a box. And you were disappointed because you didn't get one. Moving, and I think that may be why Selena did it. Even though she tried to pretend like she wanted everybody to get along, it was a reason why you gave everybody, the bridesmaid, not everybody, the bridesmaids who you want to be a part of your wedding party, a box with a card. Child, you was trying to set somebody up. Selena calls the Bells outside. She wants to hash it out. Selena said because it was her 50th birthday party, she wanted them to be able to move forward. And she felt like that they needed to have the conversation. Letitia said she'll go first. She tells Latrice that when Shantae got up and said something to her Carrie's party, that Shantae was out of line, and she checked her on that. She said she didn't send her to do that, and that she would come to Latrice directly. That is what she said. And I truly believe that Letitia would come to Latrice directly if she had an issue with her. Latrice says that she feels like that is some BS. Latrice said that Letitia has been contacting her ex-employees behind her back, and she says that Letitia contacted Josh, and she knows that for a fact. Letitia said she's never called Josh. Letitia said in her confession, girl, stop. Girl, stop it. You know damn well I haven't contacted none of your employees. And I said, she said, Josh, I don't even know his last name. Latrice has insisted that Letitia has contacted Josh. Latrice says, I promise you that you have. One of my employees wants some money from you to go do whatever you wanted him to do. Latricia says that, why would I contact your employee? And Latrice said, because you did, bitch. And they slowed it down in slow motion. Big, oh, they had bitch. Girl, I thought that was crazy. Letitia ran over to Latrice like she was going bop, bop, Molly Whopper. And the girl separated her. Child, that was the end of that episode. Like I said, it felt like a filler. Didn't seem like it was nothing that was important. I didn't get anything, no woo-shot moment out of it. I thought it was just an episode, child. Anywho, that was, I did that in 35 minutes. Look at there. Real Housewives of Potomac reunion number 2 should be on right now. And after that will be Married to Medicine. I will be bringing you Married to Medicine probably tomorrow. Sometimes I'm not going to fool with Potomac because, baby, when I tell you Potomac was born last week, I ain't going to spend my time trying to make no notes on that. If no one told you today that they love you, I love you. And there's nothing you can do about it. Tell your friends, your neighbors, all the people who complain about Melanie, tell them to have a seat. Just have a seat. Relax your mind. Whatever Escape said, just have a seat. Party on down to the SKB, whatever it is they were saying. Have a seat. Girl, it ain't that serious. It is not that serious. Anyway, y'all, I will see y'all in the next one. Bye-bye.